Well, hello there, and welcome back to the Hull City Fan Central YouTube channel, where today I do have my prediction video ahead of tomorrow's championship fixture, game week 10 being Ipswich Town versus Hull City, which will be taking place in Ipswich. So the Tigers are currently 8 games unbeaten in a row, only losing our opening day fixture to Norwich, and the rest of the games in the championship we have managed to either pluck a draw or a win. A few concurrent draws at home, but we head on the road and our away form has been quite good this season. But the side we're facing, Ipswich Town, their home form has been unbelievable. We're going to face a side that are currently second in the league, so it's going to be a bit of a tough test. Possibly a tougher test than when we played against Leicester, just considering that the sort of the form that Ipswich are coming off, the momentum that they've got, and really the air of aspects around them, like they're unbeatable. They're coming into the championship after getting promoted from League One last season, beating everyone by numerous goals, and coming into the championship and still doing the same thing, which is quite unbelievable. So we'll head into my prediction bit of the video. So we'll go over some news and then also what I think the score will be, along with a little bit of a starting lineup prediction. So obviously here we see Hull City have tweeted out Ipswich versus Hull tomorrow, 7:45 kickoff at Ipswich. And then there's a little note there, reminder that you cannot pay on the day, so you need to get your tickets online if you're planning to go to the game. A few notes there from Andy Dawson, and Liam Rosina also has stated that seems impressed with the team, but wants a little bit more, just coming off the back of really the disappointing draw that we faced against Plymouth, as I just fixed my camera there. The disappointing draw that we faced against Plymouth, really, I think that he was more upset that we didn't go on and get the win than the fact that we drew, which I felt was sort of the air about majority of the people in the stadium, that it was a game that we really should have won, and if we don't come into the game against Ipswich, and if the chances are we could possibly lose our second game of the season against Ipswich. There's a high likelihood of that being the case. They're currently a really good to form side at home, and if we come away with a point, that's a positive. It's one of them games where you're looking for something, but if you don't, you expect it. Unlike it was against Plymouth, where we was expecting the 3 points against a side that, yes, they did beat Norwich 6-2 the week beforehand, but they've just been promoted from League One, similar to Ipswich, but their start hasn't been as sort of fluid and as dominant as Ipswich has been. So it's a bit of a upsetting one, that one, from the Plymouth game. So let's go over a little bit of extra news. Now, is Tyler Morton was awarded the Man of the Match award from the game against Plymouth. I didn't really see this one coming. I thought that Regan Slater would have got it, considering that was his first home goal at the MKM Stadium, and also that he just didn't really stop running. He turned into prime George Honeyman yet again. So interesting though, Tyler Morton has picked up his first Man of the Match award, which is nice to see. So let's go into a little bit of the statistics around both sides. So as you can see, it is very tight in the table. Ipswich currently sit in second. We sit in fifth. A win could send us up to fourth, depending on the Sunderland and also Cardiff and Norwich fixture. Of course, there's a few teams around us that have got the same points as us. We're only sitting in fifth based on goals, based on goal difference, and Sunderland have 10 goal difference, and we only have 5. I believe that's due in part to some of their big wins that they have got. But then if you're also sort of looking around us on the table, you're looking every team that are on the same points as they've lost 3 games. Even Norwich, where we've only won them or lost 1. It's the draws that are really sacrificing us at the moment. It's them games where it's ended 1-1 or 0-0, and there's been them moments where we could have got the winner. Look at Leeds when Adama Traore could have scored. You look at the Plymouth game in the last last 5 minutes, we had two really good chances of scoring, and it was just the Plymouth keeper kept on denying. But we really should have scored multiple during that second half where we was the dominant side. But then Ipswich, you look at them, and they've actually took their chances. I mean, we can have a look at Ipswich games of the season. So season starts here against Sunderland, pulling out a 2-1 win away at Sunderland. That's a very tough place to go and get some points, and they've managed to pick up 3 there. At home in the FL Cup, yeah, it may be, picking up a 2-0 win. That's probably the lowest scoring home win, partnered with the Stoke 2-0 win that they've actually got at home. Because you look at this game against QPR, away at QPR, maybe they should have got some more, but it was a 1-0 win. Home to Leeds, and I believe that's their only home loss of the season. Just looking at things, it's their only home loss of the season against Leeds. I think that was Leeds' first win of the season. It was a very tight game. I believe Leeds scored like right at the death of it. So very, very close game. Managing to pull out a win against Reading in the EFL Cup. But then you're starting to look at some of the recent form, especially at home. A 3-2 win. There's a 4-3 win here against Blackburn. Look at the Carabao Cup. They beat Wolves 3-2, a Premier League side. Yeah, Wolves may not be doing the best this season, considering the manager left like 2 days before the season started. But still, it's a 3-2 win against Premier League side at home. They managed to pull out a 1-1 draw against Huddersfield, which that one actually looked like it was going to be a 1-0 win for Huddersfield. I believe there was a goal right at the death of it. Yeah, Brandon Williams grabbing a goal in the 87th minute. So they nearly lost that game, to be fair. But that'll probably give them more reason to come into this game and sort of put out a commanding performance. So their home form has been dominant this season. That's what we know. But our away form has been dominant. I'll pop into Hull City here. We'll look at the season. Starts here, Norwich. Okay, Norwich game we probably should have drawn if the referee had some eyes. We won't talk about that EFL Cup game. 4-2 win at home. That's our biggest win of the season. Dominant performance from Ozan Tufan, the hat-trick hero. Coming from behind to win 2-1 against Blackburn Rovers. Very good win. Then it's a 1-1 draw at home. Yes, but a 1-0 win away at Leicester. Promotion favourites, probably champions favourites, and we managed to give them their first defeat and only defeat of the season so far. 1-1 draw at home against Coventry. Should have got a bit more. 0-0 draw against Leeds. Definitely should have got one through that Adama Traore miss at the end. 3-1 win away at Stoke. Yes, Stoke City, not the best of sides this season so far, but they did come from behind last on Saturday from 2-0 down to win 3-2. And we managed to pick up a 3-1 win against them. It wasn't the best of performances from the lads, but it was a 3-1 win. So it just shows that sort of the depth that we've got, and when we're all on the game, we can just batter sides. A 1-1 draw against Plymouth Argyle, should have got more. So yeah, we've got Ipswich and then Millwall coming up on Saturday. So it's going to be a bit of a tough test before this international break. I think that this Ipswich game, we're going to possibly look for a point. If we get 3, that's a huge, huge win. It won't look like it as much as the Leicester game did, because obviously Ipswich aren't that sort of prowess of a team. But looking at the table, they are only 2 points behind Leicester. They've been teetering about top of the table. It's a really, really, really good fixture for us to go out there and grab the 3 points. So let's just go over some of the insights, and then I'll give you my predictions for the game. Ipswich Town won their most recent league meeting with Hull in February 2021. The Tracts boys haven't won consecutive league games against the Tigers since October 1959. Wow. So if Ipswich win against us tomorrow, they are breaking records since October 1959. Hull City have won their last 6 away league games against Ipswich, just conceding 1 goal with these wins. Okay. These trips came between 2011, and 2020, of course, that being our League One promotion winning season. Ipswich have scored at least 2 goals in each of their last 14 home league games. It's just showing that dominant form. 12 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss, netting 49 goals at an average of 3.5 per game in this spell. And I believe that loss against Leeds was their first loss since the year, I believe, in the league. I believe that was their first loss of the year of 2023. So it just shows that dominant fashion that they've brought from League One into the Championship. Hull have won their last 3 away league matches, last winning 4 on the spin in December 2012 under Steve Bruce. Current boss Liam Rosenior played in 3 of those 4 wins back in 2012. Interesting fact that. Ipswich are unbeaten in 17 midweek, that being Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday, league games. 13 wins and 4 draws since a 2-0 defeat at home against Charlton in League One in December 2021. So, yeah, that's a long time to go unbeaten in midweek. We can't possibly say the same thing, although we are currently on an unbeaten streak. So, my prediction. I am going to go for a high-scoring game, as we have seen in Ipswich's previous fixtures at home, and that being a 3-2 win for the Tigers. I think sort of a little bit of a kick up the bum from that Plymouth game, really to go into this away fixture and then go out there and grab goals and not settle down and just accept the draw or anything. Push on and grab a 3-2 win. I think it will be a tight game, a little bit similar to the game that we saw against Sunderland last season that ended in a 4-4 draw. But I do think the Tigers will win it on this occasion against Ipswich with a 3-2 win. Goals for the Tigers coming from Aaron Connolly. I do think that he will grab 1. I think Regan Slater will grab another one, making that 3 for 3. And then I think Ozan Tufan, I won't think Ozan Tufan. I've just remembered that he won't be at this game considering the new injury that he's picked up. So who will get the 3rd goal? We'll say, I don't know, Ruben Vinagre. We'll give him his first goal in a City shirt, making that a 3-2 win for the Tigers. Of course, starting lineup-wise, Ryan Alsop will most likely regain his spot in net. The back 4, I believe that Jacob Greaves will come in for Sean McLaughlin. He just missed the last game due to the amount of yellow cards he's picked up. And Sean McLaughlin, he's a good player. I don't think they had the best of games, though, against Plymouth. He seemed a little bit hesitant to make some of the passes, especially towards the long balls across the pitch to Jaden Philogene. I think Jaden Philogene was underused in that Plymouth game. We won't get onto that now, though. So I think that Jacob Greaves will come in for Sean McLaughlin, but I don't think the back 4 will change. You got this say of Louis Coyle maybe coming back in, but I think that his asset could possibly be used off the bench for a couple of games just whilst Cyrus Christie is playing sort of quite well, and you don't really want to put Louis Coyle at left back because it's not really his preferred side. Midfield wise, yeah, you could possibly see a change in maybe giving Dukan Sinek a run out, but I don't think he'll start for certainly a long time. So I can't see the midfield changing with Tyler Morton, Seri, Regan Slater and Jaden Philogene. Possible change up top with maybe switching out Adama Traore for Liam Delap or Scott Twine, depending on what formation Liam Rosenior goes for. But I think that if he's going to edge on anything, it'll be Liam Delap. So then you've got the Liam Delap and Aaron Connolly sort of front 2. But then you can also put Liam Delap out wide and have Regan Slater as your middle man behind the striker, Aaron Connolly. So a lot of flexibility, really. Even though we have got a few injuries at the moment, which is quite a good sign. But I can see that being the starting lineup. Alsop, Vinagre, Greaves, Jones, Christie, Morton, Seri, Slater, Philogene, and then Delap and Connolly. So let me know down in the comments what you think your prediction is for this game, and if you think it'll be as tight as I have suggested. And obviously, stay tuned on the channel. I will have my reaction video out after the game tomorrow. It'd be stupid to be put out before. So I'll catch you over there. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss any more. Bye bye.